Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. NAFLs, stop the fighting now. Kennard's Hire, make your job easy. De Silva Hebron, barristers and solicitors.
NTFL, show your true colours on Southern Cross Television.
Hello and welcome to TIO Stadium for our coverage of round 13 of the NTFL season. We're officially 2 games back from the Christmas break, so we are right into the business end of the season. And what better way to do it with the Southern Districts Crocs taking on the Darwin Buffaloes, first place, third respectively. Both squads have named some pretty strong teams today, although there are some key players missing in both teams. For the Crocs, Pierce Little is out, but they do have the likes of Tambling and Jetta to make up for that. And as for the Darwin Buffaloes, well, it has been a pretty tough week for the club after the serious injury to Ty Martin-Page. And on behalf of all of the AFL community here in the Northern Territory, we are sending our thoughts and best wishes to Ty and to his family as well. As for their team, well, no Darren Schillerbeer, no Cameron Stokes and no Joe Anderson today. So it'll be up to the likes of Matt Campbell and Timmy Eldridge to pick up the slack right there. As for the weather, well, it's absolutely glorious here in Darwin today, about 32 degrees, humidity at about 65%, and a nice little breeze rolling through as well. And to take us through all of the coverage today, 2 of the greats, Nick.
Thank you, Jake Horrocks. Good looking beard you've got there, mate. Hodgie, you're in the, as you nestle into the hot seat. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks, Nick. This is going to be a great game. Obviously, these two sides, last time they met, was a pretty big win to Southern Districts, 113-point margin. Darwin Buffaloes, a very, very different side to they were in round 5, and they've been in some really good form of late. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out. As Jake said earlier, it's first and third. So we're really looking forward to this match, and both sides have some really good players and important players in today.
Darwin Buffaloes have changed a lot, as you just said, but what do you put it down to, Hodgie?
Look, I just think they're playing really good team footy at the moment. They've had some key players come in. O'Sullivan in the ruck's been fantastic. You know, Leslie Moroney's been good around the ball as well, and Chris Williams has been the clearance king for them in the last few weeks. So they'll have to get plenty of ball forward against this Southern Districts forward line to make sure that they can kick a winning score.
And as Jake said in the opener, no Pierce Little. How does that affect their side? Yeah,
look, Pierce had a lengthy delay with some injury and came back in last week. It was fantastic. Kicked some goals late in the game last week to get them over the line. So he'll be sorely missed by them, but they bring in some young players, Southern Districts, and Mitch Pemberton, I believe, is playing his first game, and he's been in great form in the under-18 competition, and I'm pretty excited to see how he goes today.
It'll be we're in for a cracker. We just had Tiwi and Palmerston, and it was Tiwi convincingly in the game before this one, but we're all ready to go. Jake still on his way up from downstairs as the umpire holds the ball up. In the air at TIO for round 13, it's the Darwin Buffaloes taking on the Crocs as we're underway. Good tip down there from Sam Smith. Can Crocs get the early clearance? Tambling gets early hands on it. Here's McAdam, throws it on the left to the half forward flank. Crocs in control here early. Could have been holding the ball. Umpire says play on. Nice tackle down there as Moroney gets crunched, and the umpire says he will have it. Jake Horrocks, you nestle in the chair next to me, my friend. Welcome back after the Christmas break.
A couple of weeks off, that's why it took me so long to get up here, Nick. The stairs were a bit troubling after a nice Christmas break, plenty of ham and turkey, so it's good to be back here, as I mentioned in that intro, really getting into the business end of the season. So a lot to look forward to over the next couple of weeks as we approach the finals.
Matty Campbell just having a few words down there with, looks like Ed Barlow down there, of course, who the former Fremantle and Gold Coast Sun player, Hodgie?
Yeah, look, I think it's going to take a little bit longer, this stoppage to happen. It looks like Jake Rowe-Duggan is caught one in the breadbasket and lost his win, so didn't quite see the incident. We're going to see it here, potentially off the ball, but both sides looks like their intentions to attack the ball and attack pretty hard. He just caught one in the breadbasket there, so lost his win. I'm sure he'll be fine, and he's just making his way to the interchange gate now very slowly. But both sides, like I said, been hard at it in these first couple of minutes.
Okay, so we're back underway here. Clearance of the buff. Here's Barlow with the handball out the back, and we're going to have a boundary throw in. Jake, did you put on a size with the pants? Did any weight on over the summer holidays?
Yeah, I didn't need a belt when I came in today, Nick. So it's no, it's good to be back amongst territory footy. As we mentioned, it's actually a really nice day today. Obviously the humidity's there, but whether we get a storm this afternoon or not, I don't know. But right now, it's really great conditions for football.
Inside 50 for the Buffs here. Some good pressure. There's my man Sleeth. He's lost the mullet, but gone more the rat's tail after Christmas. I like the look of that. We'll have a boundary throw in on the outer side.
Both sides early on, boys, as I said before, have gone pretty hard at it, and Buffs with that clearance there. So we're one clearance apiece, both sides, and I think the intention for both sides will be a pretty hard attack on the footy today, and they want to get their clearances. So, Buffs, if they get enough inside 50s, they'll definitely worry Southern Districts.
So ball thrown back in. Tap down there. It's a bit scrappy here early. Umpire says play on. Crocs with the numbers. Goes forward for the Buffs. And got a free kick. Matty Campbell not real impressed with that one. Umpire says play on. That's Ogden. It's a nice kick down there to O'Brien. O'Brien just weighing up his options for now. Heads longer down the line. Good fly to Sam Smith there. Drops a mark. It's held on to. Umpire says play on. Here's Moroney. Inside 50 now for the Crocs. Just slowly building here. Good pressure there. Here's Leroy Jetta. Gets a handball out the side, and it's out of bounds, Hodgie.
Yeah, look, you saw Southern Districts were forced to kick long to a contest there. Buffaloes had +1 behind the contest. Districts, one of their half forwards, I think, had come up into the general play, and it just caused them to kick long. But Jetta and Dylan Barry did a fantastic job to keep the ball in the air of 3-on-2 and get this forward stoppage.
So ball thrown back in, but it's all Crocs at ground level. Here's Aldridge, and he's put that one over the line.
Yeah, it's kind of that real feeling out period at the moment. Boys, you can see that both teams really sort of trying to, although Southern Districts have got the free there and play on quickly. Move it inside 50. Dos Santos, nice shepherd there, giving player a little bit more time. They'll swing it back across the other side of the field to the contest. This one... Will it go out for a boundary throw? And they're keeping it in well there, the Crocs. And now it does go out for a boundary throw in. And a good time now, boys. We mentioned at the beginning of the coverage the injury to Ty Martin Page last week. Obviously, the Darwin Buffaloes, the Double Blues, will be putting everything in for Ty today. And I believe Ty's listening in. So we want to say a special hello to Ty there today. And a great chance as well to mention the GoFundMe page that has been set up for Ty as we try and help him. The whole entire football community tries to help him with his recovery, and that is https://www.gofundme.com/help Ty walk again. So for all those out there tuning in, it'd be great if you could contribute there, as they had a shot on goal there, the Crocs, but bombed that one. They'll have take two here onto the left foot, and that goes through. That's a great goal, and our first one of the match. No,
it's a free kick against Leroy Jetta, it looks like.
Lads, umpires Galbraith's called in the back. Jetta just trying to ship that ball through, got his opponent directly in the back, and good call from the umpire right on the spot. Got it right.
Just went a bit overboard there, Hodgie, do you think?
Yeah,
Leroy?
Just just stepped in, and it looked like young Jordan Briston was in a good position and just got pushed in the back and the umpire's given the right call.
We remain scoreless then, 6 minutes into the first quarter.
So 0-0, as Jake just says. Ball out of their 50. It's just a bit of a handball to yourself there from Big Rhino Sullivan. Here's Roker with the kick inside. Dropped mark. Crocs with the numbers. Could have been dropping the ball. Umpire says, yes, it was Pal. Good tackle there from Timmy Aldridge as he looks to clear for the Buffs.
Nice kick too there by Timmy, and it's going to be really important for him to stand up today with some of the key players out, especially the likes of Joe Anderson, who does so much back there on defence and then slides up into the midfield. So a lot on Timmy's plate today. There was a couple of stories about him in the paper this week, and he'll be looking to I guess back up the hype. There was one about him joining the leadership group, was a really nice story, and he'll be looking to back that up today along with the man in his ball, the ball in his hands right now, Matty Campbell.
So in the middle of the ground now are the Buffs. O'Neill with the kick inside 50. Bit of an old-fashioned heel tap there from Frederick Sleeth. The man, the mullet, the rat's tail just puts it straight out of bounds on the full. As we get a look down there at the Crocs bench there, Kane Davis down there just itching to get on. He knows where he is this time. So the free kick for the Buffs to the tune of Nick O'Neill. He heads long inside 50. Good looking kick. Crocs with the numbers at ground level though. Here's Dingo. He gets the handball out. A bit of a check side banana out of trouble there for the Crocs. Although it looks like it's coming straight back in. Maroney, well done there. Kick underway there from Collinson, but it's all Crocs down there.
Good chance to mention too, boys, Keenan Digo's 200th game for the footy club. He's been a great servant of the Southern Districts club, and yeah, good to see him playing the 200th. He's been on 15 games suspended for a while now, so it's good to see him make it, and yeah, it's a great milestone.
Ed Barlow with a good mark in the middle of the ground, just puts it inside with a beautiful kick inside 50 there. Hodgie.
Yeah, good skills from Southern Districts in that build-up. They just used it controlled. They went quick on the other side, but then controlled it and just held on to the foot. It's probably important to note that it looks like a beautiful day here in Darwin, but we've had quite a bit of rain overnight and the ground is very slippery under feet. So you notice players going to ground and probably fumbling the ball when they usually wouldn't.
Dylan Barry on the approach, kick underway, but just hooks off to the right. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. So still 0-0 here at TIO Stadium.
Is there a strong breeze there, boys?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Let's run with it.
Timmy Weatherall's the flag man, isn't he? He's not in the commentary box today. He always keeps a keen eye on what the flags are doing. The breeze is going left to right of screen today, but there isn't a huge amount of it.
Ed Barlow with the intercept and the kick, and there it is, a minor to Ed Barlow to open the account for the Crocs.
We're on the board, boys. That's a good sign.
We've gone 9 minutes and we finally get a score. Greetings to Timmy too. I think he's in Bali. He's on holidays.
Sounds about right. He's been in Germany and Bali and Thailand.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. As it kicks out of trouble there. Barlow's down there for the Crocs. Aldridge with a nice little tap out of the way.
Dos Santos,
Aldridge
one of the better surnames in the competition. Gets a lovely ball away to Aldridge, who gets it upfield. Well, we've got a free there to the Crocs. First gamer here, Mitchell Pemberton. What do you know about him, Hodgie?
Yeah, he's been a solid contributor in their side in the under 18s. Played in the premiership with them last year, so very, very good player and a very promising young Territorian.
Always good to see a fiery redhead make their way through the ranks as well. We'll watch that keenly.
Gotta love a redhead.
So, ball comes out. Here's Pemberton now, the fiery redhead. Stokes with the handball. Pemberton again, he's getting pretty busy early. Here's Timmy Aldridge. Tough as nails, this kid.
One bounce too many from Timmy.
He's stitched himself up there. He's been done holding the ball. So good tackle down there to Blake Piggott.
Yeah, he just read it a little bit better. That Timmy probably just didn't quite get Piggott coming out of the peripherals there, and he really cleaned him up.
Bowden with his chiselling kick. Lucky not to give away a 50. Here's Swartz, winds around on the right foot. Good spoil over the top from Williams. So ball just popped outside of 50 for the moment. Here's Rocard. Good contest over there. Umpire says play on. Here's Matty Campbell, and he's run that one out of bounds, and we're going to have a boundary throw-in.
I think both sides just probably just trying to get the speed of the game at the moment. They're a bit rushed, and no one's really settled in just yet. You've seen a lot of rushed kicks and poor decisions, and this one with Timmy Eldridge down the line, he just didn't have anyone down the line. He was forced to hold the ball up and was just caught holding the ball.
So Sleeth gets rid of his man, Savika with the quick kick out of the pack. Good contest down there. We're at half forward now. Here's Bowden. Nice looking kick.
He's got a lovely kick on him, doesn't he, Michael Bowden?
Just puts Dingo into space. Dingo puts it long down the line.
Oh, Tim's
Great
number
grab.
3 or 4 there.
Great grab down there to Curry. So he plays on quickly. Doesn't find the target. Snap over the shoulder. It's not heading towards the goal. It's at the top of the square. Could have been a push out from Leroy. Umpire says play on, but the umpire 50 metres away has paid that one. It looks like a push in the back from here. We're probably 500 metres away, Hodgie. Not 500. Geez, I'm just with the maths from last week, aren't I?
It's fantastic, your maths. I think that's terrible.
How many goals did Tiwi kick last week? 50 in one quarter.
Yeah.
I just got a bit excited about Tungatulum.
Oh,
Anyway, we're at a
that might
bounce
be
here.
out on the full there.
So what the umpires was clearly out of bounds on the full here. I don't know what the
Oh, no.
no,
Looked it to me.
was out of bounds by about a metre, I reckon, Jake.
Yep. Oh, play on it is.
Anyway, we're not boundary umpires, Jake.
No.
We're commentators.
Not good ones at that. But
Ball back in dispute here on the deck. Crocs with the numbers. Umpires found a free kick and it's going the way of the Crocs. No, it's not, of the Buffs. Yes, it is. So still trying to find their feet here, both teams, as Hodgie said earlier. And holding the man, so a free kick looks like it's going to Dingo as Kane Davis comes off for a well-earned rest.
plenty of stoppages as well, both over the sideline and free kicks as well. The umpires keeping a pretty close eye on this one. Of course, we mentioned a few times in the coverage already how important this game is, first versus third, especially for the Buffaloes, you know, trying to really entrench themselves, trying to work towards a top 2 position, or especially into the top 3. So very, very big game for them. And as for Districts, you know, they've won a couple on the trot now. They had that loss a little while ago, and they'll be really looking to keep on this momentum forward. They've only lost one game so far this season.
Just some interesting tactics both sides, boys, playing a +1 behind the footy. We've had Bowden for Southern Districts at one end of the ground. Now that I've mentioned that, he's had to man up, and at the other end has been Kelvin Williams, who Ed Barlow's gone forward. He's been forced to man up, and DeSantos is now the +1 for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Barlow squeezes a handball out, but it's Buffs, all the Buffs at ground level with the quick snap out of trouble. Could be coming back pretty quick. Here's Dingo. Just pops the ball out. Good tackle down there. Umpire says, what's that? It was umpire in the forward 50 for the Buffs end. Anyway, we're back underway. Dingo with a great intercept mark there.
Cat him there. Nick again, just the +1 behind the ball, chopping in and taking that mark for the Crocs.
So ball in dispute here on the wing. Beautiful work down there from Bo Swartz.
Nice done by Jalen Clark there. Really attacked the footy there to get to the initial contest, and then didn't give up on it, and then got rewarded with a nice tackle and getting the free.
Important lesson for these young players, just stay in the contest. You never know when a mistake's going to happen, or you're going to get an opportunity to lay a tackle like he did just there.
That'll be a 50, I think, running inside, and it is.
Inside the protective zone.
Yeah, Barry just was trying to get out of the way, but realised it too late, and I'll happily take that one, the double Blues, as they look to get this one right inside 50. Little hand off. Works his way off the left. It's boomed inside. It's got good legs on it. Oh, that'll go through for a minor score. I think was that Chris Williams who hit that, was it?
Mitch O'Neill.
O'Neill.
Nick O'Neill, so a good effort by there. They open up their account, the Buffs. 1 point apiece here. 15 minutes played in the first quarter as Ed Barlow's got the ball. He's a bit of a slow unit as he lumbers along, puts the ball towards Leroy Jetta. Leroy with some good pressure down there. Inside 50 now. 2-on-1 to the way of the Crocs. Buffs troops arrive. Players flying down. Nice little chip over the top. Timmy Aldridge drops the ball, gets slung, should be a free kick, and is, according to the umpire. Timmy Aldridge just taking his time, going back over the mark, not rushing into anything. Plays on now, hits it well, although it's straight down the throat of the Crocs player. O'Neill does well, gets a quick kick over the top. Look at this big unit inside 50 with a nice looking kick. Good body work down there. And Crocs look like they'll clear, although that has to be deliberate compared to the deliberate they played earlier.
Fred Sleeth he's very lucky there. He's kicked the ball out of bounds on the full once, and he's just kicked that. I think that Buffalo forwards would be happy for Fred Sleeth to kick the ball at any opportunity. Yeah. They had to do better going forward there, Buffs. They had a couple of options that split, and they just went to one-on-one. They had free numbers inside 50. Got to hit him.
So Lee Munungaw with the little cheeky tap, although it's Crocs down at ground level. Here's Pemberton, the fiery redhead, turns it over. Matty Campbell, can he wind back the clock? He looks like he's 38, but he's really 30, and he's just sprayed that and put it out on the full, Andrew Hodges.
Yeah, just probably had to do a little bit better with that. He had plenty of time and space. He probably thought he was under a little bit more pressure than what he actually was, but Buffs, really doing well at the moment in their clearances. They're 5-2, 15 minutes into this first quarter, and they just need to capitalise on this and get ball inside 50 and score.
Chris Williams, too, one of your favourite players in the competition, Hodgie. He was the one who got the ball there too, Matty Campbell. Sometimes I think his vision is too good. You know, he saw Campbell running there. He probably had a little bit more time himself and could have given Campbell a little bit more space. But, geez, he's a great player, Chris Williams.
If the coach is next to you asking for it, Jake, you give it to him.
Fair point, fair point.
So ball back into play here on the outer wing. Here's Matty Campbell again. Good body work. Nice handball.
Great vision.
Outside. Kick inside 50, but it's straight down the throat of this man, Dingo, who's off to a fly, Hodgie.
Yeah, again, he's just that +1. They're doing it really well. Southern Districts, Buffs probably going to be a little bit more composed going inside 50, lower their eyes and hit these free targets that they've got.
So the kick over the top there. Crocs moving this pretty easily forward. Here's Bo Swartz just with a mountain of room. Forks puts the kick inside towards, is that Leroy? It is Leroy, the snap. Great goal, Leroy. Gets the first here at TIO. 1-1-7 Southern Districts. Buffaloes just the one behind, 19 minutes played.
Well, it took a while, boys, but we finally got there, and it was a good goal to wait for too. Well done. Nice, probably the first real end-to-end play that we've seen this game. Some pretty good ball usage from the Crocs, and Leroy Jetta, he always seems to make those situations work.
This kick from Bo Swartz to advantage, great kick. He actually was at half back when Keegan Dingo took that mark and just got on his bike, worked hard forward, got on the end of it. Some Buffalo, he probably ran through past 3 or 4 Buffaloes to get into open space. So poor checking there by the Darwin Buffaloes, and well done Southern Districts. Bo Swartz, great kick inside 50, and obviously you wouldn't expect any less from Leroy Jetta to finish that.
He always manages to finish those pretty well, Leroy.
So there's a free kick being paid out. It's like it's going the way of the Buffs, is it? Umpire's just talking it out there. And it is. So Ryan O'Sullivan, a massive unit. He heads inside 50 with a nice looking kick. Can the Buffs get one back? Timmy Aldridge, you want that man after it. Dingo again, another possession. Play off to a real flyer here, he's Keegan. And the Crocs are away through Bowden with a nice kick. Handball over the top. Here's Curry. A nice handball back. Good work from Rokar here. Leroy Jetta in a one-on-one. Umpire says play on and hit the deck, pal. You better get that out. Leroy Jetta hustles it out. And out on the full from Jake Roduggan.
Yeah, and Brad Stokes really letting him know that one didn't go anywhere near the target.
He was almost lucky not to turn it over here, but yeah, he ball hit the ground. So good call from the umpire right on the spot. So, well done. I think Jetta thought it was a mark, Leroy. So, Jake Ray Duggan, normally pretty clever in these situations, but maybe that
the ball just slips out of his hand as he's about to kick it and stuffed everything up. But it was some pretty crisp movement leading up to that, though. Some nice interchange of handballs and a couple of crisp kicks as well. So you feel like the Southern District's Crocs are probably warming into this contest a little bit better than the Buffs. Big fly there to no avails. The Crocs will have another go to work this one inside 50 through Sam Smith. Nice looking kick. Might have got touched, did it?
Smothered off the boot.
Yeah.
O'Sullivan just throws that one out. Umpire says, yes, pal, that is a throw. Big units down here.
It'll be interesting to see when this Buffs team does get to complete full strength, because using that height of O'Sullivan, but we've mentioned Darren Shillabeer out this game as well, who really provides that good size up front. When they can get both of those players on the deck at the same time, they're going to be a good tandem, I feel.
So here's O'Sullivan after getting one across the chops. Looks like he's okay. He's weighing up his options. He's off to a pretty good start here too. He's the big man. Puts it long down the line. Stokes there for the Buffs. Here's McAdam. He sees that one over.
District's generating plenty of inside 50s here, boys. 11 inside 50s to the 7.
And there it is, quarter time here at TIO Stadium. It's Darwin Buffaloes just the one behind Southern Districts, 1-1-7. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut. No. I was at Jingly. Jingly! If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry. Just a moment.
Yeah, the wait is over, baby. I'm about to blow your mind. Yeah. In Australia, a keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds. Carlton Draft, it's that fresh, baby.
So we can feel forever, yeah, feel together, real together. No one can stop. No one can stop. Nothing can ever bring me down.
1,300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin for easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
Welcome back. The second quarter not too far away. Jake Horrocks, Nick O'Reilly and Andrew Hodges with you. Boys, an interesting first quarter, low scoring but plenty of action.
Yeah, plenty of action, and as we've just seen, we've had to change the scores too, Jake. We just got the word through that point that the Buffs kicked actually didn't count. Not sure why. We'll look into that at half-time, but so their score is they haven't scored yet.
They haven't scored yet.
It's been an interesting start of the game. Like we said, both sides haven't really settled into it just yet. It's been a lot of pressure around the ball, and both sides generating plenty of inside 50s, 11 Southern District to 7 Darwin Buffaloes. Darwin Buffaloes definitely on top in the clearance, 6-3. So they're getting the ball out of the middle. They're just breaking down across half forward, and we saw that tactic. Southern Districts, I don't know if they initiated it or if it was done by Buffs, but for most parts it was either Bowden, Keegan Dingo or McAdam who found themselves free across half back and intercept marked and just made it really hard. And you see there, Timmy Eldridge just was caught in two minds, just couldn't get the ball down the line because he just didn't have any clear options. So it'll be interesting if that persists and how Darwin Buffaloes change that. They probably just need to lower their eyes going forward and find those free targets.
As we just look at the pictures here, it looks like a bit of a storm might be rolling in. Jake, were you ever a weatherman in your day?
Oh, I've done a bit of meteorology in my time, Nick, but it looks like it's still pretty light above us now, so nothing for at least the next 20 minutes with that breeze moving left to right.
Very technical assessment there, Jake. It's just blown me away.
Oh, nice. That's a nice little segue you've got there, Hodgie. The stats man, Andrew Hodges, ladies and gentlemen. But no, boys, what
relegated to the stats man. That's great. Carry on, Jake.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, Nick O'Reilly, what would have Shannon Rusker be saying to his men? They've got one goal on the board, but probably had the better running of the first quarter.
Well, yeah, look, they did, and I think they clearly did have the better opening quarter there, but they just got to put it on the scoreboard. They had plenty of options going forward. Hodgie, Leroy Jetta looks pretty dangerous going forward, doesn't he?
He does, but his opponent, Briston, doing a really good job on him so far, getting in front, making it hard for him to get where he wants to go. And obviously Jetta has given away a couple of free kicks, and Buffs just are staying in the game. So we've seen before, Darwin Buffaloes can score like the Tiwi Bombers. They can score really quickly. So even though it is a bit slippery under feet under there, I think we're going to see some game hopefully open up in this quarter.
So we're just about ready to get back underway. Matty Campbell, looks like Matty Campbell's in the middle there with the tap. Here's Matty, straight over to Ed Barlow. Clearing kick from Sam Smith out of the guts, down forward. Ball on the deck. Dylan Barry in pursuit, just drops that ball. Umpire should be paying that one, and he is. So a good tackle over there to Dos Santos. Well, Jake's pretty impressed with his name. Dos Santos turns this one over. Free kick, umpire says advantage paid. Here's Barlow in the middle of the ground, plays on, winds up, sells the dummy. Can the slow man get it on the scoreboard? He can't, puts it to the top of the square. Now what's this? There's been a free kick downfield. It looks like Ed Barlow got knocked off after he got rid of the ball there, so a free kick going downfield. It looks like it's in the hands of Rory O'Brien for the Crocs on the slide angle, Hodgie.
Yeah, probably a little bit lucky there, Southern Districts. I thought the hip and shoulder came and impacted the kick, so...
Didn't look like there was a whole heap in it.
No, I don't think so, and just tried to put him off his kick, but obviously Southern Districts now get a shot on goal.
So Rory O'Brien chalks up the second one here for Districts. Nice celebration from Rory O'Brien.
Made the umpire work for it, the goal umpire.
He did. 2-1-13 are the Crocs. Buffs yet to score. 1 minute 30 played in the second quarter. Jake?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be interesting to see where the points come from for the Darwin Buffaloes without the likes of Darren Shillabee, who's been such a crucial element up forward to him at that half-forward position. He's just his body size and his mobility as well, and just his ability to find himself in the right position at the right time. So they're missing him today. He's one of the leading goal kickers in the competition, despite playing not a whole heap of games. So it'll be interesting to see where they come up with their points so far, the Buffs, because that sort of seems to be the problem as Tambling gets his right foot on the ball in a sort of rush banana. Districts with another chance here. It's on the left boot. Goes through for a minor score.
Again, they look like they're starting to get a bit more dominant here at these centre square bounces. Southern Districts, they've got their setups a little bit better, and Ed Barlow, the last 2 clearances, has had an involvement, as well as Richard Tambling.
Thanks, Statman. Quick out there from the Buffs. Nice one too, as O'Sullivan gets his hands on it. He's been very good so far this game. Sends it pretty much directly out wide. Little fumble, but recover there. There we go with Leslie Moroney. Puts the ball into a pretty dangerous spot, but it was nicely done and well judged. Stokes gets it out, and this has probably been the most promising play that we've seen so far today. Dos Santos with the spearing kick in. Nicely done as Aidan McAdam. We've gotten a McAdam on both sides of the football today. Charlie on for the Southern District side. That goes in nicely for the Double Blues. Will have their first real shot on goal so far today, Nico.
Yeah, good build-up there, wasn't it, Hodgie? They took their time and hit up their leads.
That's the exact difference. We talked about that +1 that Southern Districts had behind the ball in that first quarter, and they have again this quarter. So that slow build-up, maintained possession really worked for them there.
So kick underway. Umpire just dances around a little bit, and it's their first score, which is a minor behind here. So Buffs 1 behind, Districts 2-2, 14. 3 minutes played in the second quarter as the Crocs get it underway.
Oh, nice right foot step. I like that.
Bit of candy into the middle of the ground now. Well, Buffs with the numbers here, although Roker does very well. Does the 3-on-1. Here's Leroy Jetta, pushes his opponent out, takes a beautiful mark, Leroy Jetta. He just looks like he's going to break this one open. Ed Barlow produces a lead, although it wasn't a really good kick. Plays on. Barlow runs into an open goal and kicks it. So Districts get their third. They move to 3-2-20. Buffs just a 1 behind, Hodgie.
Yeah, good movement here by Districts. This one, line logged and just, I think he telegraphed that. And obviously, Buffs probably had to do better in this next situation here. They had a 3-on-1. Unable to clear the ball. Roker's done a fantastic job getting the ball, and obviously just put the ball to advantage. Jetta, very smart body work, got it right this time, didn't give away the free kick, and then obviously didn't back himself.
You can see he gives the Barlow the little nod there just after that. And I was wondering what he was doing that for, but it all made sense to Leroy. So good play there, and Ed Barlow won't kick many easier goals than that.
So ball on the deck, in dispute. It's a self-proclaimed Rolls Royce, doesn't win that one out. Good movement there from Dos Santos. Matty Campbell, strong over the ball, keeps his feet, snaps the ball long down the line. Crocs with the numbers. Good, beautiful work there from Ogden. Moves it inside. Nice kick to Pemberton, Hodgie's little mate. Little red-headed mate. He heads out to Rory O'Brien. Kick inside 50 now, and just good effort
too big,
there,
wasn't he?
from Ed Barlow. And he turns his back and says, "I'll dob this one, boys." It's like, was that Jackson Clark over there playing on Ed?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it is,
Jackson Clark just didn't have the height. Went up marked pretty well on him.
He's a big man, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's surprisingly big, and just really wasn't a lot that Jackson Clark could do.
So Leroy ends up with the ball.
No little head nod here. Leroy might go, I palmed the last one off, but not this one. I'm going to go back and give it a crack, although...
It's a fair way out.
No.
Oh, he plays on quickly. Leroy winds up on the right. Birdies just missed it, pushed it to the right. So the Crocs doing all the attacking.
Looking very dangerous, aren't they?
3-3-21. Buffs just a 1 behind.
Liam Philpott with not a lot to work with. He might go boundary way. He does. And, the flying mullet, Fred Sleeth, gets there first.
Bit of an average kick. Leroy gets it on the hop, drops the ball. Umpire says play on. Ball bounces out. Buffs with the numbers. Aldridge.
A little in and away. That was pretty to watch.
Oh, Kane Davis has absolutely nailed him there, and they're into each other here. Kane sorts that out one pretty quick.
Statman, what's Fred Sleeth's kicking efficiency so far this game?
Not too good.
Sounds like a big 0 to me as Kane Davis heads inside 50. Buffs with the numbers.
Not the best clearing kick.
Nice hands there from Pemberton.
Takes
Just
the mark.
chucked out the left mitt, didn't he, the young fella? That was very good to watch, and he'll be looking to kick his first goal in the top grade. Well, I don't really. This is the type of kick that you want if you're going for your first goal in first grade. He's about 30 or so metres out, right in front. Let's have a little analysis of his approach here. A little bit of a stutter, but gets the ball pretty nicely. And look at the boys get around him. They've come in from absolutely everywhere, the Crocs. That is fantastic to see, and what a special moment for young Mitch Pemberton. That is absolutely fantastic, and great to see the Southern District's teammates get right around him, boys.
He started really well. He's had a good debut, or start to his debut game. He's been very busy. He's got a nice set of hands. He's very clean in contested situations, and there you just saw him put the mid out and take that one-hander. And Timmy Eldridge definitely caught hold on the ball. Probably unlucky not to get a free kick. Was dealt with it afterwards. But
two tough units going after it, Hodgie.
Yep, but got nothing for that one.
I did like Timmy Eldridge's in and away. I tell you what, there's been some nice, rugby league, rugby union moves. Lionel Ogden's right foot step before would have been happily seen on any rugby league or rugby union field, and so was that in and away from Timmy Eldridge off the left and the right. A little hip swivel. Good to see.
So ball back underway here in the middle of the ground. Crocs with the numbers, although it looks like it's coming back. Philpott with the kick, doesn't go very far. The flying mullet, he gets tackled, deals with one after it. He throws him to the ground. Inside 50 now, here's Collinson, but that one's gone out of bounds, Hodgie.
Buffs are just being made to work for it, boys. Districts are definitely getting a lot of numbers around the footy and just working a lot harder in this second quarter. You can see they've gone up another couple of gears, and Buffs just yet haven't gone with them. But we see them with a scoring opportunity here against the flow.
So ball thrown back in dispute on the deck. The strong Barlow throws up in the air, gets boots a ball.
Oh, Williams,
some nice
beautifully done.
Stokes
Beautiful. How good was that? Chris Williams. And then just a lovely little palm off there. And that was Collinson. Was that with the goal? Oh, absolutely beautiful work. The vision from Chris Williams.
Stokes, the captain Stokes with a goal. Just took a bit of genius here. You can see here on Barlow, just made something out of nothing. Just got through traffic and saw his teammate in space. And
vision.
Stokes, just fantastic finish here. So
Jared Stokes does that better than most.
And even though all the momentum's been going Southern District's way, boys, it won against the flow, and the Buffs, once they get a bit of confidence, they can play some really, really good footy. So, that one keeps them right in this contest.
So ball thrown back up in the middle of the ground. David Paul from the Buffs with 2 L's in his last name. I don't mind that one.
2 first names too. I really appreciate a man who can have a first name for both his first and surname. It's always good to see.
Clark cops one high here. He's going to get a free kick. Clark's off to a pretty good start too. I was speaking to him last night at the footy, Hodgie, and we were talking about the, his nickname, the Rolls Royce, again. He brought it up again. Young Jalen Clark.
It'll never stick, and we've got to stop using it, I think.
He's a good man, Jalen Clark.
Right there by Smith to get this onto his trusty left boot, and does. Pretty dangerous position here. Dos Santos rises from the back and gets a punch on it, but it doesn't go out. Nice pick up there from Ogden. And it's
Umpire says play on, and it's a goal. Beautiful goal, Dylan Barry.
Nicely done.
Gets
from the
another
Southern
one
District's
here.
Crocs out of almost nothing. Very nicely done indeed, and that'll hurt the Buffs because they finally got that goal on the board, and then pretty much right back at them, the Crocs have struck back. Sam Smith with this lovely kick downfield really started it all, and it was a 3-on-3 contest. Ogden did beautifully well with a pick-up here, just, with the left hand, and then went, got it off with a nice handball there, and doesn't get much easier than that for Dylan Barry.
You mentioned there, Jake, 3-on-3 that contest started, but Districts just get up and then go to the next contest quicker, so they outnumber them quickly that way. And Sam Smith's been fantastic this quarter in the ruck, and that mark we saw across half-back. He's been very good for the Crocs.
Southern Districts out to a 26-point lead here at TIO as Richie Tambling gets wrapped up, drops the ball. Umpire says play on. It's on in the middle of the ground here. Good foot movement there. Kick underway, Stokes, although it's all the Crocs here. They've just fumbled here. Here's Lee Munungor. No, it's coming back. It's a trip. Young Lee was away there for the Buffs. Anyway, Crocs with the ball, kicked down the line. Ed Barlow been super impressive so far.
Plenty of it this quarter, hasn't he?
He puts it to half flank. Here's Dylan Barry with the kick to the top of the square.
Oh.
Umpire says play on. Could have been a mark to Rory O'Brien. Ball still in dispute. Bodies flying everywhere.
It's
hit the post.
That would have been a great goal. Should really look to get away here quickly, the Buffs, and they do. Nice little handball there from Jackson Clark to continue that momentum. Buffs go straight through the middle here. It's a nice kick in. Oh, poor mark there.
Or lack of.
Yeah. And it's pretty slow going here. Jackson Clark will have another go on it. Plenty of time, has a bounce with no momentum. Chips it through to a contest, but the young Pemberton, was that?
No, it's another redhead. Down there, Jake.
McLaughlin.
Yeah, McLaughlin, yeah, that's right.
So you can see there, boys, the Buffs just not settled at all. They're missing their targets and just the easy things that they've been doing the last couple of weeks just aren't coming through at the moment. So, we've seen a bit of brilliance from Chris Williams inside the stoppages and Jared Stokes on the outside, so they need to get the ball in their hands more.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we've mentioned some of the big names are missing, and then again you see Chris Williams. He's sort of at the backbone of everything good that the Buffs are doing today, and he's going to really need to get his hands on the ball along with Jared Stokes if they're going to make this one a contest.
McAdam does well. Lee Munangor with some fancy footwork. Turns the ball over. 3-on-2. Buffs do well to hold it up, although it's a high tackle there from Timmy Eldridge. Just slipped high there. Last minute, a bit unlucky, but Ogden winning the free kick for the Crocs. As the Crocs, they're out pretty quick here on the outer wing. Pushes the ball inside, dropped mark down there from Piggott. Love his name also. Dropped the ball again. Yes, free kick to Piggott, did well there. So Leroy Jetta gives the ball back to him. The old 1-2, Leroy inside 50. Kane Davis doesn't quite get there. Ball in dispute. Could be holding the ball. Yeah, it's a throw. So Crocs with all the answers here as they look to get another one on the board, Hodge.
Yeah, they just, like I said before, they're just working a lot harder. That's the difference. And Jetta's getting his hands on the ball a lot more. And Barlow this quarter, his work rate's gone through the roof. He's playing on ball and he's gone forward as well. So he's been outstanding and it's been a bit of the difference. So
what a luxury it is that you can have though when you've got like an Ed Barlow coming in, and then he goes off for a break and a Richard Tambling comes on and replaces him, and that's what's been so good about the Crocs this season is goes off the right boot, looks like it's gone just to the left, and it has. But yeah, what a beautiful luxury for Shannon Rusker when you've got the likes of Jetta and then Pierce Little, who's not playing today, Barlow, all working through that midfield. It's just such a luxury when players are getting tired and replace them with fresh legs.
So Briston with the kick out of defence. Collinson handballs over the top. Aroni with the kick long down the line. Munangor one-handed, puts it down. Has time to recover. Bit of a scrappy kick, but it's going to work. Saveka with an inside-outside Bornana to a 2-on-1, but it's all Crocs. Oh no, what have we got here? A free kick? No, it's going the way of the Crocs. And they're away here through Dingo. He gets his kick underway.
Beautiful
finds
kick there
the target
from the 200 gamer.
To Curry, and he puts that straight out of bounds on the full.
Just seen, boys, this +1 for Southern Districts is becoming a big issue for the Darwin Buffaloes. Anytime they go inside 50, McCannon, Munangor, or anyone up forward for them, they're just continually outnumbered. So they somehow need to fix that up. And I just can't work out who the +1 is for the Darwin Buffaloes. There's a lot of players walking around with their hands on hips, nowhere near an opponent at the moment. So they need to get that sorted pretty quickly.
So Rhino Sullivan with the kick long down the line. All Crocs at ground level. Stokes gets pinged. Umpire says play on. More fancy footwork. Leroy Jetta with a good bump on Saveka. Saveka's had the absolute wind knocked out of him. Ball still in dispute though in the middle of the ground. Who's going to extract this one? Ed Barlow is the extractor. Pemberton gets a little shove in the back, doesn't matter. Works out quite well. Snap underway from Swartz to the top of the square, marked by Rory O'Brien. Clever work from Southern Districts again. They just rushed it forward, and now they've got a set shot on goal.
Poor Dylan McLaughlin's been called Pemberton twice. He's like, this rookie's come in and he's stealing my thunder. So let's give Dylan McLaughlin a special shout out because he played a key role in that one. As that goes through for a goal from Rory O'Brien, taking the score to 6-5-41 to 1-1-7.
Just see through the middle of the ground here, boys. All the Buffalo players here around the footy, bees to a honeypot, all went forward. Districts just had plenty of numbers out the back, and Bo Swartz, a little bit of genius here, good pickup.
Yeah,
and
lovely pickup off the bootlaces.
Just put it to advantage of his teammate, and good finish.
So Rory O'Brien with that goal there. The District's really in control here, up by 34 points. 18 minutes played in the second quarter. So we're back underway as Sullivan with the tap, but it's all Crocs at ground level. Leroy Jetta with the clearing handball. O'Brien gets the kick inside 50 again, but a great mark down there to Calvin Williams. He looks to move the ball quickly. Here's Clark. Nice little mark and a nice little kick.
This is where we've seen Buffs actually play their best football today, when they don't try and rush it. Usually that is their style of footy. They try and do the fast-paced style over the wings, but when they actually take their time today, they've looked a little bit better.
So as Sullivan goes head-to-head, here's Richard Tambling with the quick kick. Jalen Clark drops a...
Good courage there from Clark.
Gets the wind taken out of him, gets up pretty quick and tries to win the ball back. Pemberton, that is actually Pemberton, gets a handball out to Tambling and gets the ball over to Ed Barlow, Hodgie.
Pemberton, his hands are super clean in that situation where he had a lot of heat around him, a lot of pressure. Just one touch for a young fella, 17, 18 I think he is, and just got that to advantage of his teammates. So they're just working so much harder. I don't know if I'm a broken down record with it, but that's the difference at the moment. There's nothing clean. You see that ugly kick.
About 50 here as
and
well,
yeah, just that bit of a kick forward. Richard Tamlin, they just continue to put the pressure on the Buffs defenders. So they need
just a little bit of that class difference, isn't it? Like when you can go Tambling, chipping over to Curnow, you know, Leroy Jetta was in there as well. Just having those class players, especially in those key positions, has just really been the difference today.
Yeah, and it hasn't been absolute brilliance. It's from those guys. It's just been absolute work rate and getting it to a teammate that's in a better position to what they are, and they can just continue to pepper the goals.
So Ed Barlow getting a one there.
That's his second from the game, Statman.
Yes.
Yeah, second for the game for Barlow. He's having a great game so far, especially in this second quarter. He's been very influential, as has Leroy Jetta. It shows the brilliance of the man. He can go right up forward and play that full forward role, and as he's moved into the midfield, he's had about 5 or 6 touches in the same amount of minutes, so he's been great today, has Leroy.
47-7, 40-point deficit. Southern Districts well and truly in control here as O'Sullivan wins that tap down. Savika, sneaky little handball out the side. They're at centre half forward. He's Stokes, doesn't run onto it. Buffs have turned this one over. Could be coming back the other way. And it's a free kick downfield. And that is 50, so a bit unlucky there.
I don't think that was deliberate from Nathan Roberts.
I actually
think
Callum Curry kicked his foot into the back of who was it, Stokes?
No, I think it was
Bradley Stokes. Yeah,
it was Stokes. Yeah,
yep.
He kicked the foot in, and he's unfortunately given away 50. So really unlucky.
When it's going your way, boys, and Southern Districts looking to raise the bat for their 50.
So Curry kicks and gets it.
Well, they had a long look at it, didn't they? But yeah, that's gone through, and that takes their score to 53. And tell you what, boys, it's been very convincing so far today.
Yeah, just those little silly free kicks. This one off half back here, just, you know, the Districts players cleared the ball, but just gave away a free kick on the clearance, and it just gives them an easy out. Like that little one there, gives Districts an opportunity. Then it turns into a 50 and a goal. So it really hurts you, and they're the things that they need to get out of their game pretty quickly if they're going to be competitive.
2 50s in a row resulting in 2 goals. I got that math right, Hodgie.
Well done.
I wasn't really good last week, Jake, with my maths.
Oh, don't worry, I've heard.
And we're back, and I'm staying away from the maths. Savika with the handball over the top to Moroney, inside 50. Dropped mark down there to McAdam. Should have swallowed that one. And the Crocs
This is
are
dangerous
away.
too. Duffy streaking out to the wing.
So Duffy weighs up his options, chips it over the top to Piggott. Piggott plays on, inside 50, just like that. Here's Barry. Good tackle, crunching tackle. Umpire says play on. Barry does well to get back up. Here's Swartz. He just centres it, and beautiful play. And Henry Armour takes a mark about 15 to 20 metres out, directly in front.
I tell you what, who's an unheralded player in this Southern District side, a side full of complete stars, is young Duffy. I think he's been great all year. He's been a mainstay in the side, and he just does all of the right things, you know, keeps it simple, and yeah, he's been really good today as well, has Duffy, and that goes through for another goal to the Crocs, and things are starting to get very one-way here at TIO Stadium. What do the Buffs need to do, Hodgie?
Yeah, plenty, but just going back to districts, on that clearance, on the turnover there, Zach Smith on half back, got the ball out wide. Duffy, they all got on their bike and got out wide, and Buffs just made poor defensive decisions there on who they had to cover off on, and just didn't work hard enough. So I think that's what it is. They've just got to up the work rate. When they get their hands on the footy, maybe just hold on to it a little bit and try and turn the momentum going their way. Just keep possession of the footy just for a little bit, because districts are just on a run here. Anything they touch at the moment is pretty much turning to gold.
Beautiful shots there of a rainbow, Jake.
It's always nice.
It's quite beautiful. Oh no, Savika's given away a silly free
You know
kick
it's a
here.
one-sided game when you start commenting on how beautiful the rainbows are. But we've got another free here.
As Armour gets a kick inside 50. Buffs at the drop of the ball. They're away here. Can they get a much-needed goal? Stokes. Beautiful work from him. His work rate's lifted. Matty Campbell just tries to edge out Dingo, but doesn't.
He's turned it on for his 200th game, hasn't he, Keegan?
He sure has. Richie Tambling heads inside to Barlow. He moves it quickly. Just Crocs really in control here.
It's their ability to go quick when they want to, boys, and then slow the tempo down like they have here, and still maintain possession of the ball and find free teammates.
Frederick Sleeth with an effective kick. He puts it inside 50 now. Ball up in the air. No mark, but all Crocs at ground level. Sam Smith with a banana. Look at that. Look at that, Sam Smith.
That is great work from Sam Smith.
Unbelievable work. They're just doing it on their ear.
They is, and the understanding of where the game's at. So in that build up there, boys, they just maintained possession of the footy, nothing clever, and just moved it nice and slowly forward. Got it out to a free teammate in this situation here. They're just winning the ball whenever they want. And you talked about Dingo turning on the 20. He's been outstanding, but on the his teammates up the ground, his midfield teammates have put a lot of pressure on to help him out and help out the defenders. So they're playing some really good footy at the moment.
Let's not forget, Districts had only kicked 1 goal at quarter time, so this has been a 9-goal quarter for them.
Hold on, leave a mess up to me. Hold on. Yeah, 9 goals. Yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
No worries.
Rainbows and maths, mate. Well done.
We're back. Savika gave away a free kick last time. Didn't do it this time, but he's turned it over. Kane Davis inside 50. Who's this? Dylan Barry working hard at ground level. And the umpire's going to throw this one up. No, he's not. Ball pops out the back. Savika again. He just bombs it to centre half forward. Frederick Sleeth drops the mark. Dingo goes without it. Matty Campbell's out the back if I can get it over. Sleeth good again. He's just starting to really impress me now. 2 effective handballs and kicks to that man. So ball on the outer wing. And Matt Duffy just takes a sting out of this, holds onto the ball and regathers his thoughts. So we couldn't be too far off half time. Gone 27 minutes played. Just holding onto the pill now, Hodgie.
Yeah, they've done this really well all day. boys. They go quick when they want to, and then they just slow down. Here you go now, they pull the trigger.
Speaking of quick, Kane Davis, he gets a nice little handball over the top. Pemberton, a fair hip and shoulder. Kick underway, they sit under it. Plenty of Crocs players down there. Still going. Stokes tries to get in the thing. Snap on the way. You've got to be out on the full.
Out on the full. Boys, it wouldn't be too often you'd say to someone.
And there it is. Thank you, Hodgie. It's half time at TIO Stadium. The Buffaloes 1-1-7. Southern Districts 10-5-65. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut. No. I was at Jingly. Jingly! If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Just a moment.
Yeah, the wait is over, baby. I'm about to blow your mind. Yeah. In Australia, a keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds. Carlton Draft, it's that fresh, baby.
So we can feel forever, yeah, feel together, real, together. No one can stop. No one can stop. Nothing could ever bring me down.
1,300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1, bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin? For easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
.com/help Ty walk again. The link can also be found on the AFLNT Facebook page that you can access. Every little bit counts towards Ty's recovery and his family. We'd like to thank all of those who have donated so far and look forward to seeing Ty back in good health. From everyone at AFLNT and the Northern Territory Football League, we'd like to thank you for your contribution and we wish Ty and his family all the best in his recovery. Thank you.
We are back at TIO Stadium. The cloud has dissipated. Unfortunately, Nick O'Reilly's rainbow has as well. But, boys, what we do have is a very one-sided game so far. We've got some great highlights here from the first half. What did you make of it?
Well, the rainbow has gone, which I'm pretty disappointed about. But as we were talking about at half-time, Hodgie, the +1 down the Crocs back line is just rattling the Buffs, isn't it?
Yeah, it just seems to be working to him. We talked about Keegan Dingo and his 200th game playing outstandingly, and his teammates have really helped him out with the pressure up the ground. So Buffs need to probably fix that up, and probably some ill-disciplined play. 250-metre penalties that resulted in goals. Bit disappointing. And I was just watching the kids have a kick at half-time. Adam Sambono and Damien Williams having a kick with the kids at half-time. I'm sure Coach Matt Campbell would wish that those two boys were out in Buffs jumpers today.
What would the message have been at half-time from Matty Campbell, Horitz?
Well, I think he's got to tell his players that we've got to keep in this game. Now, it might be out of their reach for the points, but they need to really get back into it, because there's a very good chance that these two teams will meet again at the real business end of the year, and that is finals time. So they lost in a big way back in, I think, round 4 it was, and so 113 points. So they don't want to do that again. They'll really look to try and make amends and get their hands on the footy and look to kick a couple of goals, because at the moment they haven't really had many shots on goal either. So there's not a lot to write home about at the moment. But Matty Campbell will certainly be making sure that his team gets their hands on the ball a lot more, although it is Southern Districts with the early play here.
So early play it is. They've had all the answers all day. Nicholas Roker. Courage shown down there. Umpire says play on. Snap underway. That's smothered. Swartz with the little handball. Tambling handballs over the top. Nice little give. Does well there. Doesn't jump into the back. What's the umpire saying? Holding the ball. So well done. Yeah, great tackle.
It'll be interesting to see too, boys, how these sides work their way towards finals footy. Both of the teams are missing a lot of players, but I guess that's what makes Southern Districts even more dangerous when you think about what they're going to have to offer come finals time. They've been really good in front of goal today. They haven't had Will Farrer. They've got former AFL player Jared Brennan to come back into the side.
And that one's touched over the line, so Sam Smith taking the intercept mark. Putting it forward.
He's been very lively early, boys, in this third quarter. Obviously won the centre square bounce and take that great mark there to put them back on the attack inside 50.
So Crocs attacking early again, just haven't put it on the board. But Chisler down there. Good mark taken there by Reed. Pops it over the top. O'Neill. Interesting sort of hairstyle there.
Yeah, I was trying to work that out before. Is that an undercut?
Not
I think it might be an undercut, which I haven't seen back from when I was in year 6.
Anyway, good tackle, beautiful tackle down there from Roses. Umpire says holding the ball, so he's rewarded there with a beautiful tackle.
I know the Buffs haven't had a lot of attacking football, but Malcolm Roses has been one player that's really impressed me this season, but we haven't seen a whole heap of him today.
Yeah, it looks like their pressure's gone up a little bit around the footy, boys, the Buffs, in this first couple of minutes, which they need to make sure they keep that going for the fourth quarter. But Keegan Dingo, again, just coming off his man, killing that ball over the boundary lines. Really well done.
That's a free kick there. 2 Buff players nominated for the ruck by the looks of things there. Anyway, Sam Smith over O'Brien.
How good has Ogden been today?
Ogden gets it back, the old 1-2. He's too quick for his own body there. And Dos Santos with the clearing kick to Timmy Eldridge. He's screaming down the wing. Munungo has been a bit quiet today. Lee, the likely type. Here's Matty Campbell. Can they get the first for the Buffs? But it's just pushed over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
It's good to see Williams and Matty Campbell in this forward line at the moment. My worry is, can they get the ball to them enough? Because they're definitely their 2 best attacking weapons at the moment. Hopefully the Buffs can get enough ball out of that middle and give them the opportunities, because it will give them a chance to score some more points today. You can see there on your screen the first gamer who's been extremely impressive today, young Mitchell Pemberton. He'll be looking to get back out there very quickly, but he's had a great game so far and got a goal on the board as well as we get up here for...
And it looks like Matty Campbell's got the free kick. No.
He tried to claim it, but...
He's going to give it to O'Sullivan, who you'd probably rather Matty Campbell kick him for goal, but let's see what O'Sullivan can do for probably slightly less than 45-degree angle if I had the protractor out, but we'll see how he goes. He'll kick from about 25 metres out. It's a nice slow approach, one sock down, one sock up, always good to see. And he's pretty happy with it, and the boys get around him. So that's exactly the start that the Darwin Buffaloes wanted in this third term. Let's see if they can continue it, boys.
Yeah, been a better start to them this quarter, just their pressure around the contest.
Kane Davis just coming in way too late. You won't get away with those in this league.
No, you won't. Special cheerio to Stacey, Kane's better half at home. Watching it with all the girls. We just got a Snapchat from them.
I'm glad you finished that sentence there,
sorry.
Nico, right? It was getting a bit worrying there, but...
And cheerio to all Stacey's friends as well. Looks like they're having fun at home watching Kane play and all the Crocs boys. Anyway, back underway. Too high going the way here. Brad Stokes, he moves it quickly. Goes Sullivan, has another look at it. Just probably beyond him here. Kick from about 53 metres out.
You wouldn't know it the way he's going at it. He's going to absolutely launch this and does. 52 out. Legs look okay. Post. Gee, he got plenty of it though, didn't he?
He sure did. Just thinking it's a bit beyond the big unit, but jeez.
He got plenty on it and just unluckily hit the post. It would have been a lovely start for him with 2 goals in 2 minutes.
So
Buffs looking to get away here, and they do. It's a lovely little kick, and Keegan Dingo will go back, and sort of wasn't the best looking kick, attacked hard at by Timmy Eldridge with the man bun on top. Away here, little chip up to a 2-on-1 contest for the Crocs, and they come off the better. Saveka with a nice little shoulder to really stop it there. Although they do come off best here. Barry goes up, Aldridge as well, but it's more Barry's ball at the moment. Gets it off to Duffy, who does a nice little in and away. Over the shoulder, now we get it out to Dylan McLaughlin, who just pushes it out.
Outstanding work there from Bo Swartz. Just a smart handball inside to get him into space, but he had to do better with that because obviously the momentum's been going the Buffs' way the last couple of minutes, so they needed that one just to steady the ship.
So can they move it out quickly here, Buffs? They need to. Stokes in the back pocket. Barry stands a mark. They look better when they're just hitting up their targets here, although they play on. Stokes dances round 2 players.
Our third great step for the night.
Gets the kick, dropped mark over there. Here's Ed Barlow. He gets a nice little handball over the top. He might get it back here, although Buffs with another does well. Here's Barlow with a nice chiseling ball into Leroy Jetta. And he's on a pretty tight angle, but Leroy Jetta loves these ones.
He certainly was looking to try and get it in, and he still does. Finds a rampaging Lionel Ogden, who will look to kick the Southern District Crocs' first goal for the third quarter. He's been extremely good today, Ogden. Very impressed with him.
Yeah, he's given him plenty of run off that half-back. Boys, plenty of run from behind, and he's in this occasion gets forward and hits the scoreboard as well. So just that composure there from Barlow and Jetta to make this a bit easier, this shot on goal.
Yeah, you could see straight away Jetta was looking to get that inside, and he did exactly that. Ogden puts it on the right boot, and the right arm goes up immediately. The boys get around him as he strolls back to the half-back line. Nice little start there. I guess after pretty promising signs from the Buffaloes, and Southern Districts have really written the ship.
Yeah, they just coughed up a pretty easy goal there, Hodgie.
Yeah, look, Buffs, a couple of positive signs early in the quarter to look like they might be able to turn it around a little bit, but Districts just steadied up, and just their ability, again, we talked about in the second quarter, to go quick when they wanted to, but also be able to take the steam out of the game and just control the tempo and hold on to it And, Lionel Ogden kicked a good goal. That's his first for the day.
Nice work with the stats there, Hodgie, once again. Really impressing. Picked up really from the good work from Walter last week. It was extraordinary, Walter. You should have seen it, Jake.
I've heard great things of how he managed to keep stats and commentate at the same time. A real skill for up here. As Crocs get out early, nice fist out, goes to a contest. Eldridge hits it hard. Pops out there. That one's going to go to the Crocs, though. I think it was Eldridge pulling down after the play. Crocs will kick this one from about 50 out.
So it's Henry Armour with the free kick for high against Eldridge. He looks to move it quickly with the Chisler, but it's straight down the throat of the Buffs. They clear it, luckily, because there's a drop mark. Over the top of Liam Munamore. Ogden has a bounce, throws it on the right, centres the ball. Eldridge drops a mark. Stokes there, just scoops it out the back. Umpire says, you cannot do that at all.
Keegan Dingo lurking around trying to get that kick for goal.
He deserves one today.
Yeah,
he's played out of
sensational.
His been unbelievable today.
Bo Schwartz, though, will line up from pretty much right in front. Kick it from about 40, maybe 35 out. Nice steady approach. Puts it on the right boot. Looks left, and it's so far left.
Pass to Leroy Jetta. What a great pass. That
it's
is
so
an
far
effective...
left, it's gone to Leroy Jetta.
That's effective, Hodgie.
That most definitely was not a pass. That was a shank.
No, that was a pass. That was effective.
That was definitely a shank, but an effective one at that, as Leroy Jetta not looking to go inside as he did from the other side of the field. This one suits his kicking style a bit better, but it does go through. Nicely done by Leroy Jetta, who swings around and puts it on the right boot. Another goal for the red, white and black. That's 2 for this quarter. You can see here on the replay, Jackson Clark trying to get out of trouble. They just didn't have too many options. He had to thread the needle there between 2 Southern Districts players and just couldn't quite do that. And Lionel Ogden, as we've said a couple of times, had a great game today. He said just some simple skill errors. Timmy Eldridge missed that mark and then scoops here.
District's defenders are just doing a really good job, boys, of getting themselves spare. I think the Buff forwards are getting caught up into the contest, and the District's defenders are just dropping off, and that's what caused that intercept mark. Lionel Ogden, not a great kick, but they've just read the play really well. Keegan Dingo, Ogden, Bowden have been fantastic.
So as Sullivan with the tap down does well. Stokes with a little flicker. Nice little handball over the top. Munangor keeps the ball rolling forward. Barlow covers the ball pops out.
Here's
but
the
it's
undercut.
all Buffs. It's O'Neill with the banana. That's smothered. Taps it out the back. Here's Matty Campbell. He gets a handball over the top.
Lovely handball.
Beautiful handball to Williams. He threads the needle straight down the throat of the Crocs. Richie Tambling. And that one's out on the full. So Richie Tambling will get this one off half back. He moves it quickly, centres the ball, risky kick, but finds Barlow, swings out. Here's Ogden. He's been on fire this quarter, this young fella. He gets the kick underway. Good mark down there to Blake Piggott. Barlow's screaming for it, ignores him, heads inside. Leroy Jetta straight on a plate on his chest. And he's taken the mark on about a 45-degree angle. Not a protractor. Sorry, Hodgie.
Blake Piggott, he was standing not far away from Richard Tambling in this back pocket, so he got on his bike, worked really hard, got the ball at the other end of the ground on half forward, so his work rate outstanding there, and probably one of the reasons why now Districts get this shot on goal.
It also shows how much Southern Districts, I mean, they're the #1 team in the competition, how much they can make you pay off your mistakes. They've gone the length of the field there from a little error there, and that has gone through for a goal. So Leroy Jetta is kicking him. Doesn't matter what pocket you put him in, he'll kick it, and that's another great goal for the Crocs. But as I was saying, it shows these guys are such a quality team that if you make a mistake, they're going to make you pay. And you saw Tambling's kick in there, and then just went on from there all the way down the field. Not a skill error in sight.
And it's why they're sitting on top of the ladder, Jake, just the team play. Like they're forever giving the ball to someone in a better position, and it pays off for them. So their team team playing their team first mentality so far this season's been pretty impressive.
Certainly started the second half like they finished the first. They've kicked 3 goals now. Was it four goals this quarter? 3 goals this quarter to 1. As the ball comes out there, Lee Munganul tries to get his way around that one, does pretty well around the bigger body man. Now gets reward for it. It spills out. His ball is anyone's. Probably Buffs with the numbers, although Jackson Clark went without it. Munganul with his 3rd attempt at it. Fakes one and then centering kick, but you could see that coming a mile away. Oh, big hit there from Saveka. That would hurt.
So ball on the deck. Barlow with a nice handball out to Roker. He gets the ball inside 50. Just ball in the dispute here. Dos Santos with the interesting name. I'm loving that. He gets handball out the top. Here's Timmy. And it's been pinged for a throw.
He's been one of their best today, Dos Santos. Been very effective every time he's got the ball in a losing side. This is dangerous.
Here we are. Bo Swartz gets another one.
Sneaks it through.
It's another one here at TIO Stadium. District's kicking away. Moved to 14-7-91. Buffs just the 2 goals, 15 minutes played in the 3rd quarter, Hodgie.
Yeah, look, Districts had a 9-goal second quarter. Just talking about a half time. That it's not very often you'd say that District's going to come out and have a quarter like that without Will Farrer in the side. So they're sharing the load. They've had plenty of goal kickers and their half backs. Zach Smith involved in that contest at half forward. Have been working their backsides off today, and probably that's been the difference. They've just worked a lot harder than what the Darwin Buffaloes have and created plenty of opportunities, and well finished by their forwards, rewarding all the hard work they've done by their defenders and their midfields.
Absolutely. I mean, you've still got to kick the goals, don't you, Hodgie? And they're 14-7 today, so Shannon Rusker will happily take that kind of kicking any day of the week.
So ball in dispute here. We've got a free kick. Looks like it's going the way of the Buffs to the undercut O'Neill. Real sort of Melbourne hipster sort of vibe haircut, that one. Heads for O'Sullivan. Here's Matty Campbell. Gets held without the ball. No, it's going the way of the Crocs. Matty Campbell will be filthy on that one.
Barlow does well there.
Barlow, good spoil there from Savika. O'Neill doesn't know what day it is. He's just doing pivoting around to the 360. Umpire says he's going to ball this one up, Hodgie.
Yeah, just Districts just so clean in these contested situations. Buff players going in one hand, fumble. Districts players just body line on the footy and making sure they gain possession.
So we're back underway. O'Neill drops the ball, spills out. Buffs clear it. Heading down towards Roses. Oh, well done by Dingo there. And his 200th gets pulled down. The umpire says that one's all right, gets handball away. Here's Barlow, fends off, gets
he had about 3 blokes on him there.
The one-handed kick away, ball over the top. It's all Crocs. There's Crocs everywhere. Leroy Jetta, it doesn't quite get to him. Ball on the deck. Here's the dangerous Leroy, and we've got a free kick for in the back against Dos Santos, your mate, Jake.
Yeah, well, he has been very good today, Dos Santos, as I said a few minutes ago. I think in a losing side, he's really tried hard and been in the right places at the right time. Obviously, and in the back there, which isn't ideal. But I think Matty Campbell, who's obviously tried his heart out today as well, will be very impressed with how Dos Santos has been today. And as we mentioned at the start of the quarter, Campbell and Williams were both playing right up forward, trying to create something. But you can see after the last couple of minutes, as another goal goes through, this time to Dylan Barry, you can see Campbell and Williams have both moved on to the ball now, trying to at least make something happen, a little bit of a spark there for the Double Blues.
So 15-7-97 to the Buffs, 2-2-14, 18 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. Looks like we're going the same way as we did last time we covered these two teams. Hodgie, it was over 113 points, I think, from memory.
In round 5. So, yeah, Buffs need to turn this around pretty quickly. Districts have had 10 different goal kickers this game so far, so definitely sharing the load. you know, right across the ground. I don't think they've had a passenger. Keegan Dingo's really led from the front down back, and Barlow's been very influential through the middle of the ground. But having said that, he's gone forward now, so no doubt he'll make an impact down there as well.
So Frederick Sleeth doing a karate-style kick.
Best kick of the day from
there
Sleeth.
In the middle. It's an effective kick there, Jake. You've just called it from Sleeth. It's the first effective one for the day as the ball's inside 50 for the Buffs. Here's Matty Campbell. Sleeth, was it on his hammer? No, it wasn't. Anyway, ball back in.
It's a nice kick.
Beautiful kick. And Brad Stokes on about a 45-degree angle is going to have to go back and slot this one. You would hope, Hodgie.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to say whether he'll kick it or not, because every time I say it this year, someone's missed. So they desperately need this goal. Better work across half forward there. Matty Campbell getting involved and creating this scoring opportunity. They've got to kick these half chances.
So Brad Stokes on the tight angle, has a few steps, kick underway, and he's kicked it. So they've got 2 for this quarter, do the Buffs. And they move to 3-2-20. Southern Districts 15-7, 97, nearly 20 minutes played in the third quarter.
And that's the message that Matty Campbell will be saying here, and you can see the replay right here. Matty Campbell will be saying, this is what we can do, fellas. We just need to do it more consistently and get the opportunities to do it. You know, you see you got great little handball there, and then a lovely spearing kick from Rosas there to get it in. And we mentioned before that when Rosas gets his hands on the ball, he usually does good things with it. So positive signs there for the Buffs. They just need to do it on a more continuous basis.
So ball thrown in the air. Timmy Aldridge could have been holding the pill. Umpire says play on. Saveka, Leroy Jetta tries to run through Saveka, misses him. Pembridge with a nice little handball. We're at half forward already, just like that. Kick
2 on
inside
wide.
50.
Done Dos Santos again.
Dos Santos in hot pursuit of another redhead.
Good
kick
shepherd.
underway, and it's all Crocs. Crocs with the answers here today. So they'll have another set shot on goal. About 45 out this time, 40 metres out. I'm not a tape measure, Jake.
No, you are not. And
Clearly after that statement.
45-degree angle, though, so we'll give you that.
Thank you, Protractor, as the ball is underway and it's just pushed to the left by the looks of things. So they get a minor score here. Do the Crocs. They move to 15-8, 98. Darwin Buffaloes 3-2, 20.
Good to see the lights on here at TIO Stadium, sending a nice little aura across the ground as the Buffs get out of trouble. Got a little bit of a run here through Williams. He's up against it in terms of leg speed, but manages to do a nice little swindle there. They may get the ball here. Campbell gets it out. Oh, he's not happy with, quite sure what was wrong with it, but
yeah, Ogden was held at ground level there, boys, and unfortunately for Darwin Buffaloes, given the Crocs the free kick.
And we'll have a boundary throw in the half forward
just
flank.
spotted too, Barlow's is rocking a very small man bun. We can't let him. Oh, speaking of, look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. Majestic, if you will.
It's a great top knot, I think
Top
they call
knot.
them.
Yeah, we've gone double top knot. Great work by our cameramen there to really
top
get us in
knots.
and amongst the action.
As Jalen Clark spills the ball, and we're going to have another boundary throw in.
Just not their day, boys. That one there, right on Jalen Clark's chest, and he's fumbled over the boundary line there. Those sort of not even a half chance. He should have swallowed it up, and they should be on their way outside 50 now. They just need to compose themselves and get their hands on the footy.
So ball back underway. Well done down there. Kick on goal. Roka. That was Roka. Just pushes it to the right. So another minor. They move to 15-9, 99 to 3-2, 20. A nice little handball. Dos Santos, Jake's homie, has a couple of bounces. Has a third. Head. Barlow nearly runs him down.
Oh,
Doesn't
beautiful
quite.
play. Wasn't that lovely? Gets it off to Joey Collinson, who usually uses it pretty well. As I say that, it jinxed him. Great work by Keegan Dingo. Again, just reads the play so beautifully. He'll have another chance with it here as it's tapped out for a boundary throw in. Andrew Hodges, we're going to put you in the hot seat right now. What do the Buffs need to do to make themselves a real contender for the premiership this year?
Oh, look, there's no doubt they've got some key players out. Joe Anderson's is a massive out, and Look, they just need to get their best side on the park week in, week out, and in this situation here, they need to find a way out of it when it gets tough. They need to just maintain possession of the footy and control the tempo of the game, which they haven't been able to do that. And the workhorses like Richard Chamberlain here have been outstanding for Southern Districts.
Just hold you up there for a second there, Hodgie, because we've got a little bit of action down here on the sideline. Timmy Eldridge is like a copped a couple in the rib cage. Doesn't matter, Timmy, because the Southern Districts are away with plenty of room to move. Rocker gets it out there to Piggott, who shrugs off a would-be defender, puts it on the right boot, and it's goes through for a minus score.
Yeah, so just going back to it, Jake, in these situations here, this young, inexperienced Buffalo side just need to take the tempo off the game. They know when the momentum's going the opposition's way, they just need to control it a little bit and try and get it back their way. You can just see their rush. They fumble the ball. They drop easy marks. They just got to sort those things out. But when they bring those experienced players in, Anderson, Shillaby, the like, I think they're a much better side.
And how about for the Crocs? Obviously, they've been easily the best team all season, but you know, when you're talking about players to come back, you've got Will Farrer, the competition's leading goal scorer, Jared Brennan, a former AFL player, and Pierce Little, a quality midfielder as well in the Northern Territory, to come back into this side.
Yeah, look, they're definitely got a very strong list this year, and they're playing some really good footy, and Shannon Rusker's got them playing for each other, which is really important. It seems like their culture and the footy club's been fantastic, and Dingo today in his 200th game has probably been the best player on the ground. He's been able to anticipate where the ball's going and kill the ball when he had to.
Nick O'Neill with a really risky kick into the middle of the deck, and what do you know, they've turned it over. The undercut not really working out for him there as the ball's in the middle on the deck. Beautiful pickup from McLaughlin, but it's Buffs on the rebound, so can they get another goal before three-quarter time? Another dropped mark, as Hodgie was just pointing out before, and there it is. It's three-quarter time here at TIO Stadium. Darwin Buffaloes 3-2-20, Southern Districts 15-10-100. It's an 80-point deficit here at TIO. We'll be back with the final quarter right after this.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut. No. I was at Jingly. Jingly! If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Did you know that somewhere in Australia a fresh keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds? It's that fresh.
Carlton Draft, it's that fresh, baby.
Life. So full of surprises. But you don't want a headache to be one of them. Get Panadol Rapid from Chemist Warehouse. It's absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets, so you won't miss life's special moments. Panadol Rapid. When pain is gone, life takes its place. Available at Chemist Warehouse for the lowest prices guaranteed.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Dedicated sports zones, men's performance, lifestyle, basketball. All new women's zone from running to yoga. And Intersport Kids Zone, all ages, performance footwear and apparel. Plus the new dedicated football zone, all year for all codes. For awesome service and advice, come in and see us. The all-new Intersport concept store, Casuarina Square.
Let's see. Roma, Verona?
Perhaps Barcelona.
Make your dream holiday a reality. Book your next getaway at Flight Centre with interest-free holidays and flexible repayment options.
Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Flight Centre.
Welcome back. The fourth quarter, not too far away. Nicholas O'Reilly, Andrew Hodges joining me here. We're in the huddle of the Darwin Buffaloes, who've split into a couple of different groups, as you see. Boys, it's been one-sided so far, but a nice even scoreline, 100-20. What did you make of it, and what has to happen in this fourth quarter for the Buffs to, I guess, try and take some positives out of it?
I think they just got to get their basic skills right. We just talked about it, you know, some really easy drop marks, and District's just so clean. You know, it is a beautiful day out there, but the ground is very slippery underfoot. So, but you know, District's just been clean, and that's been the difference. And they've worked harder than the Darwin Buffaloes. So they're a young side out there today, and they just need to, you know, try and get something out of this last quarter in terms of make sure they're clean, try and get some momentum going their way, probably get some back-to-back goals. Would be important, but Southern District's they've been super impressive, you know, right across the ground. They haven't had any passengers. Everyone's just working for each other. So when you do that, you get the rewards, don't you?
As a coach, you know, you're Shannon Rusker right now. What do you tell your players? You're up by 80 points. How do you keep them motivated?
Oh, look, you just want to keep working for each other. I think they've got a good culture at the footy club at the moment. They're hungry for success, and they're working hard for each other. So you can see Shannon there, very animated, and wants to make sure he gets the messages in. And I'm sure there's things in that quarter that, you know, they weren't probably happy with as a team, and they want to try and fix them up this last quarter. Obviously, getting some momentum and some form, getting closer to final will be very, very important to them.
We've seen in the last couple of seasons, a couple in particular, where Southern Districts have played extremely well and got that top 2, top 3 finish, and then gone out in straight sets into the finals. Is this the time where Shannon Rusker is going, this is where our preparation begins, so that doesn't happen again?
Yeah, I think he'd definitely be preparing themselves for that run home in terms of their fitness and conditioning, and just preparing them for that. So, you know, while they're on this good form, you want to keep that going as long as you possibly can. So I know they've worked extremely hard over the Christmas break to get to this point, and obviously, you know, it's showing on the scoreboard at the moment that their fitness is far superior at the moment, and you know, their experienced players have really stood up. In Keegan Dingo in his 200th game has absolutely been outstanding. His ability to drop off his opponent and help out a teammate has been very impressive, and Richard Tambling and Ed Barlow through the middle, there's plenty of games between those guys, and they've just been amazing around the stoppages.
And, you know, a couple of the unheralded names of this side, you can get so absorbed in so many big names in this Southern District side, but we mentioned young Duffy before. He's had a great game. The first gamer, Mitchell Pemberton's been really good as well, and then, you know, the Sam Smiths and Ogden has been great as well. So
loved Ogden today.
Yeah, so it's one of those great games, and something that Coach Shannon Rusk will be really happy with, Nico.
And they've kicked this score, you know, 15 goals to three-quarter time without a recognised full forward. You know, Jeddah's probably the most recognised forward in there, but they've just found a way to kick goals. And if you keep peppering the ball inside 50 with quality like himself and Barry up there, Cal Curry's been fantastic, and Bo Swartz has been very lively across half forward. So they've found a way to kick a big score.
And it's not even the likes of Ogden, who spent most of the time down back, but they're working their way up so hard. And something that you've mentioned a couple of times, Hodge, is how hard they're working their way upfield from turnovers or free kicks. Guys really going the extra mile, and that's something that Shannon Rusk will be very happy with indeed. As play gets underway here in the fourth quarter at TIO Stadium, we are under lights here, 5 o'clock game, Northern Territory time. Southern Districts are the ones who get away first here. McAdam gets it out nicely, and they'll have first use of it here. Goes to the contest, kicked off the ground, and well done as well on the far side, right underneath the scoreboard. Tambling has a little bit of time, gets off a handball, another handball, spin by Ogden. How elusive is this man, and a great handball as well. Barlow gets it off, and that's intercepted there, but very promising play straight up from the
that's
Crocs.
50 metres. Just saying there, why is that 50 metres? Well, pal, you stood a metre away from him, you threw your hands up and you smothered the ball. So that is 50 metres every day of the week. I think that's the first one they've received, Hodgie.
Yeah, just in the protective zone there, which umpire right on the spot and correctly gives the 50-metre penalty.
So Saveka pushes a ball out wide to Nathan Roberts. Just weighs up his options, not rushing into anything. Nice looking kick.
Yeah, nice kick, nice
good
hands too.
held onto that mark. Briston just puts it to the hot spot. Dropped mark. Here's Dingo, been handy all day to Tambling. They work it back.
Nice read there.
Oh, the undercut. Here's Lee Munangor with the handball out to Stokes. He misses a pill. Dingo. Trustworthy. Beautiful hands out the back. And they're away here through Tambling. It's a handball out wide.
This is where they've been extremely dangerous today. It's a lovely spearing kick to the contest. Nice hands there from Kelvin Williams, who just steadies himself, takes his time, gets it off to Leslie Moroney, who does the same thing, has a lead there. I think that's Peter Reid.
This is better from the Buffs. They just got to maintain possession of the ball, boys, and try and get the momentum going their way.
So the kick straight down his throat.
That's not so good.
Hodgie at his best. Get it in. Oh, that one slips through there. Nice left foot step from Savika. That's the 4th best step we've seen today. Gets it off right into the circle. Nice grab there.
Interesting move here, boys.
From Jordan Briston.
Yeah, they put Briston forward. He's played on Jetta fullback all day.
Yeah, he's made an impact too.
Turned it over twice.
Looks like it was
flying mullet. Look at that! Look at that rat's tail just majestically going in the breeze. That's beautiful.
It is. If we can get the someone down behind play there. But anyway, back to more important things with the flying mullet. He gets a 50. It's quite a big one too. He's at centre half forward. You know, he should have gone for home there.
I hope that Fred Sleeth's rat tail is down to the number by the end of the season.
So do I.
Someone could get that message to him. That'd be great.
That's the people's mullet as we're back. Leroy Jetta, just way too easy. Way too easy.
Looking into field.
45-degree angle here.
That is not 45 degrees, Nicholas.
No, it's not, actually, is it? What would it be, do you reckon?
Probably 64.
64. So Leroy Jetta on a 64-degree angle with the slow approach. Kick underway, and he's just pushed it to the right.
Was coming around, just didn't quite get enough bend on it. He's been good today, Leroy. Whether you put him, you know, in the middle or up front, he's been very, very effective.
You know how good the game's going, boys, when you're talking about rat's tails and debating the angle of the shot on goal.
Oh, well, we just do what we have to do, Hodgie.
And 101 plays 20.
And rainbows, sorry.
Yeah, don't forget the rainbow. Nick will get upset.
Haven't seen the rainbow for a while.
Ball goes up, far side of the field, approaching under the scoreboard. If this stays in, they're away the Buffs, and it is. Aidan McAdam.
He's put that straight in on the full.
Yeah, just didn't quite use it well enough after he got a friendly bounce.
It's been the difference between the two sides, those half opportunities. They just can't turn it into anything, can they? The Buffs, where Districts, if they get half an opportunity, they'll turn it into a goal.
So 81-point lead here for the Crocs. Umpire calls play on. Goes long down the line. Just pops over the back to Williams. He goes cross field. Here's Timmy Eldridge. Just weighing up his options. Puts it back out to Stokes.
Yeah.
And they're away here. Stokes just pops it over the top. Here's Munangor. He's weighing up his options. Plays on. Gets on the bike, on the left foot. And Frederick Sleeth, was it? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? Yeah, it is. Can't see the mullet flying around when he's directly front on.
Yeah, when he's front on it, it makes it difficult. Talk us to a little bit about Lee Munganul, Nico. You know a bit about him. How old is he? Because he looks like he's still got a bit of growing to do. Yeah. He's been very effective when he gets the ball.
He's 19 years of age. He's hails from Yirrkala, as we're just inside 50 now.
Oh, nice work
big
by
boy
Sullivan. Might
goes
get
to
a free
ground.
for that.
No, it's gone the other way.
Oh, no.
He just simply fell over the big unit. Sorry, going back to Lee. Yeah, he's from Yirrkala, plays at Juddock Football Club. Out in the Gove AFL under coach Hayden Rickard. Juddock Football Club, they do a great job out there and part of the Riratingu Aboriginal football programs. Lee comes in and plays for the Buffs. They've got a partnership with the Buffs, that football club, and they do great work out there.
Yeah, and Lee himself has obviously been pretty much a mainstay for the Buffs for most of the season, playing up wing and up forward. What does he offer the club that's a little bit different?
He's just the bit of X factor he provides. Like out in Gove, he plays in the midfield, but here he plays, half forward, high half forward. Bit of X factor, and he's come a long way in the last couple of years. He was in Division 1 last year, so his footy's improved that much. He's been in pretty much every week in the Premier League, so hats off to him and all the coaching staff, Hayden Rickard and all that out in year colour.
Ball over. Oh no, we got a free here for the Crocs, who will look to make the most out of this one. A few players not moving a lot at the moment as this one comes to a pretty slow close, but Barlow's doing his best to keep the game alive and chucks it down the sideline. Well done and well kept in. I think that was... What was that?
Here's Timmy
Aldridge has got the ball now.
He does a bit of circle work. He does donuts in a car on the footy oval. Love doing donuts. Oh, no, I don't love doing donuts on the footy oval. Anyway, we're inside 50. Here the Buff, but it's Frederick Sleeth, the flying mullet, with a nice kick. Not very effective, but it still gets there. Leroy Jetta heads to centre half forward. Dropped mark, was it? No, umpire's paid that. No, it's hands in the back. So the free kick going to Callum Curry.
Keegan Dingo looking to get one, and he does. The 200 gamer had a nice lead there. They moved him forward, pretty much swapped him with Leroy Jetta there, and that was a lovely lead. Saw it coming and attacked the football really hard. It'd be great to see Keegan kick one through here, about a 40-degree angle. Probably will kick it from 35, 40 metres out as he approaches. Doesn't get here a lot, puts it on, and that's why, because there's an absolute shocker. But Keegan, you've had an absolute rip snorter of a game, mate, so we'll let you away with that one because he's been probably their best today.
Been their best for sure.
Probably should stay in the back line though, Keegan. But anyway, he's still up there and he might get another chance to redeem himself. As the Buffs look to get away here through Leslie Moroney, spears it forward. They've got a free to
Coming back. It's a free kick. Going the way of the Crocs in the forward pocket. Must have been way off the ball, that one. Anyway, centres the ball and...
Ogden's stolen one from Dingo there. Puts it off on the right boot. It's through. The arm is up. And look at the boys come in. Well, it's a big deficit, but that doesn't matter. Keegan Dingo's got a goal in his 200th game. He'd absolutely bombed one about a minute ago. That doesn't matter. Great moment here for the Southern District's Crocs stalwart. Very special moment. One that he'll remember for a very long time.
I don't know how Southern District's got that free kick in the pocket, but both saw
Schwartz stole his mark there, but he got the hint of that and
sense of the occasion. Very respected member at the Southern Districts Football Club. He's been an amazing stalwart and he's been an outstanding player. So great goal and great finish.
Yeah, well, and as you said, Podgy, he's been their best today. He deserves a goal for that alone. Let alone that it's his 200th game as well. So well done to Keegan, and had an influential impact on the game, which will be what's most important for him, and his side's getting the W, which is even more important. So they're away again here, the Crocs.
Just got word off the text that was a bit of abuse there. A bit of umpire abuse, so a free kick going away, and Dingo, of course, getting that goal in his 200th. What's the umpire saying here? It's a boundary throw in. So Crocs been absolutely extraordinary here today. It's 107 to 20, 10 minutes played in the final quarter. This ball's about to get thrown back in, and a good tap down there, but all the first gamer in Pemberton gets the ball out. Umpire says play on. Could have been a free kick there to Phil Pott. Umpire again says play on. Pemberton with a nice handball over the shoulder to Leroy Jetta. Just ball in dispute here. Some few tired bodies rolling around here The ball's on the deck. Umpire's going to have to ball this one up shortly. And he does.
Just a lot cleaner around these stoppages, aren't they, boys? The Crocs want the ball, and the Buffs players seem to run over the ball and go one-handed at it, where the Crocs players are just bodylining the ball and taking possession.
Now here's Frederick Sleeth, tries to do a reverse bicycle kick. Doesn't get on the end of that one. And that's holding the ball, that one. Advantage paid. Here's Roberts, long down the line, looking for targets.
Smith, how good is he at reading that play? That's just beautifully done there. Sam Smith, and it's over for a boundary throw in.
Yeah, if it's not Keegan Dingo killing that ball over the boundary line, it's Sam Smith coming off his opponent and just killing that ball over the line.
Well, it's not Keegan Dingo because he's sitting at full forward looking to get his second of the evening. He'll be loving that, will Keegan.
So ball thrown back in. Not clean on the deck. The Buffs, ball's just getting rushed forward. Although it's cleaned up there by Roberts again.
Oh, well done there too.
Okay, and we're away here through Rokar. Kick inside 50. Here's Dingo, but it's Savika wins that battle. He goes back. Timmy Eldridge is out demanding it on the wing. They ignore him, go straight down the guts. Pretty risky kick. Here's Tambling,
especially when
the
Richard
dangerous
Tambling's
Tambling.
involved.
He gets on his bike, snaps it out. Eldridge flies, puts it down. Here's Clark for the Buffs. He gets wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire says, holding the ball, pal. You could have got rid of it. You didn't. So a free kick going the way of the Crocs to the tune of Bo Swartz.
Flew high and hard, did Timmy Eldridge. Not sure how much prior opportunity Jalen Clark had there, but...
So Swartz crosses it over the centre half forward.
Smith
Sam
definitely
Smith
deserves one. Well, he puts the hand up. I'm not sure if that's his signal to say, I've got this one, boys, but he certainly is looking like he is. One of the longer run-ups that I've seen for a while. At least 20 metres as he approaches. Puts it on the left boot. Looks short to me, and it will be. Big fly from Savika. Keegan Dingo's gone up. It's not paid. The ball's on the ground. There's just a big old drag.
Inside out banana! What a goal! Have a look at that. Made something out of nothing. I think that was Henry Armour. Was it Hodgie? Did you see that one?
No, that was O'Brien.
O'Brien.
On the outside of his right foot. So everything they touch turns to gold at the moment, Southern Districts. Just the pressure they put on the opposition here, even this forcing the kick to turn over in this situation. They've just got plenty of numbers at ground level. They've done it so well today. They've worked really well as a team and been outstanding.
Yeah, they most certainly have, Hodgie, and this one is certainly going in the wrong direction for the Buffaloes. I'd like to get back at the other end of the field where they can try and take a few positives out of this contest. Williams has moved up forward at the moment for the Buffs, but that doesn't matter when the Crocs are getting out like this. Jetta goes up. Dingo could have been taken out without it. He gets his hands on the ball, keeps it in, handballs it to himself. It's cleaned up there by the Buffs, but that's gone to the exact wrong person in this situation. That is Richard Tambling, who, as he always does, sums up the situation brilliantly. There'll be another chance here for the Crocs to put another major on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they just march on, don't they? Just the pressure on those defenders for Buffs, unable to clear the ball. And Richard Tambling, Jetta, even Cal Curry here having the shot on goal. Their work rate's been amazing today.
Curry with the shot.
He puts it through, misses it off to the right. He'll rue that one. That was a pretty good opportunity there.
So Jackson Clark just going to get the footy to kick it back. We haven't seen much of Jackson Clark today, have we, Hodgie?
No, it's been hard for those Buffalo defenders. The ball's come in so clean from the District's midfield, and it's made it very difficult for the Buffs defenders.
And he's been good of recent weeks too, of recent games, I should say, after the break. But he's been pretty good, but just a bit quiet here today. As Jackson Clark, as we've got a boundary throw in the half-forward flank for the Crocs. Be great to see when those players come back, your Jared Brennans and whatnot, Hodgie. Be really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. They're obviously a very strong side. It is the depth of the footy club at the moment. It's very, very strong. So, it's some hard decisions for Shannon Rusker to make come into final. So, it's probably a good segue into talking about some of the better players today for Southern Districts. I thought, Ogden down back, has been outstanding. He's run from behind. Sam Smith, unbelievable, playing in the ruck, going down back, taking intercept marks. Tambling and Barlow through the middle of the ground have been outstanding. But for me, the 200 gamer and Keegan Dingo, just his ability to be able to help his teammates out in defence has been outstanding. And on the Buff flip side, look, Kelvin Williams has tried really hard, and same as Nick O'Neill have tried hard all day. So again here, they just don't have a recognised forward that, not having Shillabeer out there has really hurt them. And obviously, they've got some clever forwards to come back in, and Sam Bono and Damien Williams. So they've got plenty of players to come back in. I'm sure they're in the race for finals, and I'm sure they'll get their best side on the park.
Absolutely, Hodgie, as Southern Districts have a look at getting another one here. Plenty of time and space. Roker just parries it off. It's almost too easy at the moment. They just don't even want to kick it. But as we go to the break here, it's also another great chance to mention that Ty Martin Page, for those who aren't aware, had a pretty nasty injury last week, and the whole Darwin football community and football community all across Australia has really gotten behind him, and we do send our best wishes to Ty, who has sent in a few photos today to Andrew Hodges, and he's certainly in good spirits. But if anybody wants to get behind Ty and his family, there is a GoFundMe page that has been set up, and that is www.gofundme.com/help Ty walk again. So anything that you can offer or help there would be very much appreciated, and that's what's so great about the Darwin football and NT football community, fellas.
Yeah, I want to mention too in that address there, Jake, the Help Ty walk again. The Ty is spelt TAI. TAI for everyone playing at home. And greetings, Ty is watching down in Perth. So
he is. He's sitting back watching the game, sending text message through. He's a bit disappointed by the display the Buffs have put on today, and he's definitely one of those players that his work rate this season up forward, just continually hit up and bring the ball to ground. They really miss Ty, and hopefully he gets his recovery done, and we see him back up here in Darwin very soon.
Absolutely, and all the best, Ty, and we're all behind you, mate. As the ball goes up here, what we'll do is we'll try and cheer home a Buffs goal for you. So it is at the right end of the field at the moment. Ball go up for another boundary throw in here. So 19 minutes on the clock, so not too much left, but Matty Campbell will definitely be telling the troops that let's finish on the right note here as we move into next week, because next week is another week one. He's grubbed through it, won't have the legs, it's cleaned up there, and it stays in play.
And holding the ball.
Holding the ball. Here you go, Ty. This one's for you, mate. And who is that? This is Jordan Briston, who's been really good today.
Yeah, he obviously had a hard job early on with Leroy Jetta down back, but they've put him forward this quarter. He's presented up, taken a couple of marks, and looks like he might get a reward, hopefully, here for the efforts. It is the tough pocket.
So, on the right boot.
And he's got it.
He likes it. That's fantastic stuff for the Darwin Buffaloes. That's their fourth goal of the day, taking the score to 4-2-26 Buffaloes, 17-12-114 for Southern Districts. But you can just see here, it was a nice little grubber through there, didn't have the legs on it, and it was the young first gamer who just didn't quite get enough on it.
Probably good experience for him just to fumble that ball over the boundary. Yeah, but that's the type of pressure that Buffs have missed all day, and it's happened in the last quarter at the 20-minute mark. So, plenty for Matt Campbell to take a look at this game, things to work on, and I know they've got plenty of good players to come back in the side. So, I'm sure they'll bounce back from this.
Just watching Frederick Sleeth, he's on the just trying to get back on the ground here. The rat's tail, Jake, it's near the number.
Yeah,
it'd be great to see.
That's what I'm saying. How many weeks have we got left? About 5 regular season, and if they make the granny, we'll give them another 3 or 4. So he's probably got 2 months at least to get that down to the number. So challenge if you want it there, Frederick.
Challenge accepted, hopefully. Anyway, Buffaloes with the clearance. Here's Roberts. He's tried pretty hard as well. Crocs with the answers again. Here's Kane Davis. Oh, Forks won, the big boy.
We've seen some good steps today, and that wasn't one of them.
He tried his hardest, did the big boy. Here he goes again. Can he have another crack? Putting the pressure on. Jumps into the side. Gets a good handball out the side, does Kane Davis. And Ed Barlow sees that one over. Yes, he does. So we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing.
Yeah, probably best if Kane Davis leaves those right footsteps to Lionel Ogden, who's done them pretty well today. But he has been good today, Kane, and he got his hands on the ball right now. Slips out. Buffs managed to get it into a dangerous spot. It's a nice sliding mark. Well done there, Darwin Buffaloes, who are finishing with a little bit of a wet sail here today, Nico.
Yeah, they have. They've just upped the ante a little bit here. Although I think the Crocs have probably put the cue in the rack, have they, Hodgie?
I would think so, yeah. I'd say, look, Matt Campbell would be very disappointing with this performance. I know they wanted to come out today and put on a good performance, but, you know, in reality, there's a fairly young side out there. So, you know, Anderson to come back into this side, very important for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Aiden McAdams, glorious top knot, going in the wind, and has not weighed him down at all, because that is a goal. Right through the middle, good goal there for the Buffs. As you can say, most of the steam taken out of this one at the moment. Score now 17-12, 1-14 to Southern Districts, 5-2-32 to the Darwin Buffaloes. Convincing win, boys, isn't it?
It absolutely is, yeah. So they'll stay a couple of games clear of Nightcliff on top of the ladder, and Nightcliff obviously got to play Waratahs tomorrow, who Waratahs are in outstanding form. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of weeks. So District definitely the front runners with Nightcliff right behind them, and this third spot, this really opens it up. St Mary's with a good win last night. Buffs, and if Tars lose tomorrow, it'll be very, very interesting to see who gets that third spot in the double chance come finals.
Yeah, absolutely. The all-crucial third position. We know how important that is, especially in football that's as unpredictable as NT footy. So all of those sides that you mentioned, Hodgie, will be looking to get that third position. St Mary's are known to come good, you know, when they get all their players on the park, but so will the Buffs, and Tiwi Bombers also looking good at the right time of year as well. So it's a lot to like at the moment, but it's this team, Southern Districts, that are the team to beat without doubt. Would probably rather that one back with Henry Armour, but I suppose when you're nearly 100 up, you can probably get away with that one. But Shannon Rusker at training might bring that one up at some stage, I would think.
Yeah, obviously with so much depth around the footy club, you almost don't want to put a foot wrong. Yeah. You need to really put your best foot forward, so you put yourself in contention to play final. So I'm sure if Henry gets his time again, he'll actually go back and kick it.
This is what you don't want to be on a replay. Look at that.
So they've crossed the ball here, have the Buffs. Handball out to Maroney with the Chisler inside, misses the target. Ball in dispute over there.
Oh,
well
McAdam.
done from McAdam there with a bit of fancy footwork. That ball has gone out of bounds on the full, so Buffs will 25 minutes played. You'd think they'll have sort of one last crack. Couldn't be too much longer to go. But just going back to what you were saying before, we covered Tiwi last week, Jake, and they were absolutely extraordinary, weren't they, Hodgie? And today again putting Palmerston to the sword. Yeah, so it's really opening up the ladder. There's you know, from that third right through, it's pretty close. And there we have it as the kick gets underway. Hodgie's done that for the fourth time today. That goes out of bounds on the full, but it's a Buffaloes 5-2-32, but it's Southern District 17-12, 1-14. A convincing win here today, Jake.
Absolutely, Nick. You know, any time that you can get a 80 or so point win, especially after beating them so convincingly last time, and Southern District's doing exactly what they need to do to get into finals, or they're well and truly into finals, but to hit their straps at the right time of year, and they've been fantastic, and another great performance once again. Well done, Southern Districts. Yeah, Shannon Rusk will be very happy, and obviously plenty to work with, like you said before, Jake. Plenty of players to come back in. So
Darwin Buffs would be shattered with this.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Southern District 17, 12, 1, 14. Darwin Buffaloes 5-2-32.